Edwin. Thanks everyone at the bookstore for hosting us, and thank you all for being here. So you've heard a lot about my name. Maybe just briefly, the name of the book. Farmers can buy a kind of insurance that protects them against unforeseen weather events. Like many things in the world, this has become commoditized, and people now buy and trade these insurance contracts, and they call them weather derivatives. So I thought it was kind of a nice image of this sort of rococo absurdity of the financial system, that there's people sitting in offices buying and selling the possibility that it's going to rain tomorrow. It also struck me as in some way touching upon our own emotional and psychological states that are often derived from the weather and from our surroundings. My teeth shook in my skull, and jasmine edged distantly. It was far and away the best we'd known it. Incomparable afternoon within a mediocre year. You suggested a picnic. I stripped off there and then, Celadon sky and similar sea, and so much summer to get ourselves into. Cars like vultures circling like no tomorrow, as if no, not like that, tutors rather, the learning curve, or the way a runner bean turns to grip, and matte paint on sun-laden walls, while everywhere else is elsewhere music of intimate and anecdotal life stuff. She screamed, and no one came. The day advanced towards its horrible end, and anodyne matter meant more and more honeysuckle leaves, yellow and fall, and a tongue thick from menthols, dabs at dry lips. This is called Because the Night surrounds us. Because the cold has got up through our feet. Because the street curves gently, because in the dark neon and an odour of felt, because the cellar door, because the night, despite the heart's imperative, thins. Because the distant sky, the stairwell, because the boat, the shifty moon, because the pollen is a dusty glove on tarmac, because the crab is inside out, because want, warmth, comfort, despair, Hessian and a smell of clay in rain, because, despite it all, a pillow, despite the streetlights, sleep, despite the jackhammers, dawn, because the night, because the hell of appetite, because the damp sand on an empty beach, because a quickening, as if that were enough, is enough, because, despite it all, a lumbering sound, an odour of fat on the foggy air, smoke, the smell of cows, of grass, of prehistoric ferns, because, despite it all, a moon like a membrane, rubber valve through which the weather comes, because the cold, because the pull of under-earth, because the endless weather, because, despite it all, the weather.
You can applaud, it's okay.
Well, here I am, with all of my love, and all of my anger, and all my mistakes. A heavy boat manoeuvres up the shelter, and the wind slams shut the bedroom door. A little inland, pollen in clouds, shifts like a dynasty, moves over land, and I have no landscape save the landscape within my mind, its better eye, lighting our house like sun in Hong Kong's smog. My kids, like the creature, resent their birth. They will hold it against existence forever, a slanting house in an orderly terrace, and all ingenuity turned towards war, to the putting asunder of what was once one. A gust of wind blows open the window, and then slams shut the bedroom door. I'll do one short poem to end with. It's the last poem in the book, so I hope it's not spoiling the end. I encourage you to buy a copy to read the rest of it. And buy a copy of everyone's book. This is called Figs. The city is cold, but somewhere figs swell in an October sun. Today, the huge idea of money stopped. But the force which makes money gather and burst, which used to move through God and some say will again, will outlive money itself. Because things are, they have a preference for life, and we call good whatever lets them grow.